field goal distance that you're surprised to see Boz make, or
No, I was just like slowly watching it go in. It felt like it was forever, but man, and he can punt too. Hell of a job by Boz today. Honestly, that's incredible. He was able to go out there and punt and give a good punt, and obviously the coverage did a great job as well.
DJ, you guys leaned on defense a lot last season. Just what did today tell you about the type of defense you guys can have?
Just seeing a lot of playmakers, a lot of offseason acquisitions, a lot of guys growing from year one to year two, et cetera, and we just have a fun defense to be a part of right now.
You take a little bit more of that responsibility upon yourself to set that tone?
Oh yeah, man, this is the best job in the world, so it's not hard for me to have a good time and want to play the best football that I possibly can.
TJ, they called you offsides on that one play late in the first half. You get a strip sack. Did you think you beat the snap on that?
Yeah, I talked to the official about it. Something that will get cleaned up hopefully moving forward. It just sucks when you study so hard and find a little nugget, a golden nugget, and you get it, and it gets taken away from you. So that was unfortunate, but it's not going to deter me from continuing to study and making those plays in the future.
what kind of adjustments were you guys making defensively to hold them to only, I think, 51 yards in the second half?
Trusting each other, playing sound defensive football. Obviously, a little bit of game plan adjustments, but really just trusting each other. We have a lot of new guys, like I just mentioned, and it's all about just leaning on each other and trusting that everybody's going to do their job and not try to do too much. That's something we've talked about in the past.
People talk about the X and O's, but as I've watched you over the years and your brother, you seem to relish the moment of coming in and doing your particular thing. So how do you do that game after game, year after year? Is this just something, a formula you might have to do that?
I don't know. I think the first, like I was just talking to Herbig out there, I think the first quarter or two quarters, at least for me personally, was a little bit like knocking the rust off, not being able to play in the preseason, and then you kind of really warm up to the moment, you warm up to the game, and when you get an open surface like that, a two-man surface in a 2-minute drill, I know those don't come often just because there's a lot of chip help usually throughout the game and slides and stuff like that, so I'm just trying to make the most of the opportunities that I know that are pretty good at chances for me to win.
We saw you and other players getting fans hype. Can you talk about Steeler Nation, how they showed up today?
Steeler Nation's incredible, man. It's extremely demoralizing for an offense to be on a silent count at their home field. Steeler Nation is incredible. Honestly, a lot of those plays go to them just because the fumble that I was able to land on was because they had to be on a silent count at their own place. And anytime that happens, when you have a lot of shifts and motions, snaps can go anywhere, balls on the ground, you got to recover them. So Steeler Nation was absolutely incredible, but I'm not surprised.
How important has Deshaun Elliott been to this defense? Kind of an under-the-radar, maybe off-season acquisition, but he had the first pick today.
He's been a huge asset to us, as is everybody that's came in through this offseason. But like I said about Steeler Nation, I'm not surprised about him making plays either, just because I've seen it so much in practice throughout camp.
Overall, it felt like as a group, you guys were around Cousins enough, even when you didn't get sacks, you were around them to kind of disrupt what they were doing. How do you think you did in that regard?
We'll have to watch the tape, but we trust in our guys in the back end to cover, and they trust us to rush the passer, and we work hand in hand, and it creates a pretty dynamic group.
Is there a field goal distance that you're surprised to see Boz make, or
No, I was just like slowly watching it go in. It felt like it was forever, but man, and he can punt too. Hell of a job by Boz today. Honestly, that's incredible. He was able to go out there and punt and give a good punt, and obviously the coverage did a great job as well.
DJ, you guys leaned on defense a lot last season. Just what did today tell you about the type of defense you guys can have?
There's a lot to correct, obviously, but it's great to see us take the ball away. Anytime our offense can possess the ball and we can take the ball away, that's usually a good formula for success. But there's just so much room for growth. We have a lot of great guys on this defense, a lot of great schematics as well, so sky's the limit.
It seemed like Peyton Wilson was all over Bijan Robinson. I mean, what kind of performance did he have today, and what does it mean for him to go out there and have that assignment as a rookie?
Yeah, I'll have to watch the film to see how he plays. I'm so in the zone, I don't know what's going on out there, honestly, but the guy's a gazelle. He runs so fast. He's sideline to sideline. He absorbs so much information, always taking down so much notes, and I'm not surprised he had a good game today.
Good. All right. Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.